So what you do here is substitute, put x is equal to cos 2 theta. Therefore, y must be equal to tan inverse root 1 plus cos 2 theta is 2 sine squared. This is 2 cos squared theta. Minus root 1 minus cos 2 theta is 2 sine squared theta. Divided by, again, root 2 cos squared theta plus 2 sine squared theta, which is equal to tan inverse. Now you can take root 2 common, right? If you take root 2 common from the numerator and denominator, what are you going to be left with? Cos square theta. If you take root 2 common, you're going to be left with cos theta minus sine theta divided by cos theta plus sine theta, right? So that root 2 and root 2 will cancel from here. And you see, you're getting cos theta minus sine theta by cos theta plus sine theta. Looks like a familiar form which you have already discussed. If you divide the numerator and denominator by cos theta, you're going to get cos theta by cos theta minus sine theta by sine theta. Sorry, sine theta by cos theta divided by cos theta by cos theta plus sine by cos, which is equal to tan inverse 1 minus tan theta divided by 1 plus tan theta. And you know 1 minus tan theta by 1 plus tan theta can be written as tan pi by 4 plus minus tan theta divided by 1 plus tan pi by 4 into tan theta, which is equal to tan inverse tan pi by 4 minus theta, which is simply pi by 4 minus theta. Okay, and you know that if x is equal to cos 2 theta, that means you get theta is equal to half cos inverse x, isn't it? Because 2 theta is equal to cos inverse x, just write the full thing. 2 theta is equal to cos inverse x, that means theta must be equal to half cos inverse x. So just put it here now, which is pi by 4 minus half cos inverse x. So we have got y is equal to this, therefore dy dx will be equal to d dx pi by 4 minus half d dx cos inverse x, which is 0 minus half cos inverse differentiation of cos inverse is minus 1 by root 1 minus x square. So simply you will get 1 by 2 root 1 minus x square as your derivative. Okay, so this problem is over. We start with the next one, which is your ninth one. Tan inverse 3x minus x cube by 1 minus 3x square. Now, if you see this, and it looks like tan 3 theta is equal to 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta divided by 1 minus 3 tan square theta. If you see the expression within the bracket, that is what it looks like, isn't it? This looks like x, this looks like x cube, and this looks like x square, right? So 3x minus x cube divided by 1 minus 3x square. So what you do is you put x is equal to tan theta. That means you get theta is equal to tan inverse x. Therefore, y will be equal to tan inverse 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta divided by 1 minus 3 tan square theta, which is equal to tan inverse tan 3 theta, which is simply 3 theta, and theta is tan inverse x. Therefore, dy dx is d dx 3 tan inverse x, which is 3 d dx tan inverse x, and d dx tan inverse x is 1 by 1 plus x squared. Answer is 3 by 1 plus x squared. Proceeding to the next one, you have number 10. Sin inverse 2 to the power of x plus 1 by 1 by 4 to the power of x. Okay. Now see here, if I can express this as sine of something, then uh, our work will become very easy. So we try to express this as a sine of something, but what sine of what? It doesn't look like a familiar form. But if I write it in this manner, 2 to the power of x plus 1 can also, by the laws of indices, they can be written as 2 into 2 to the power of x divided by, and here in the denominator, 4 can be written as 2 square x. Okay. So that now you can write this as sine inverse 2 into 2 to the power of x divided by 1 plus 4 to the power of, let's say 2 to the power of 2 to the power of x whole square. Check whether I can write it this way. And once you agree that I can write it this way, now it looks like a familiar form, right? See that it looks like 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta. Where what is tan theta? Tan theta is 2 to the power of x. So what you do is you substitute 2 to the power of x is equal to tan theta. So that you get theta is equal to tan inverse 2 to the power of x. So therefore y will become sin inverse 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta. And you know 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta is simply sine 2 theta, which is equal to 2 theta. And theta is tan inverse 2 to the power of x. So therefore, what is dy dx? It is d dx, let's say 2 d dx of tan inverse 2 to the power of x. So how will I differentiate this? First I'll differentiate tan. So 1 by 1 plus x square into the d dx of 2 to the power of x. So this becomes 1 by 2 to the power of 2x. Let's say, yes, you can write this as 4 to the power of x. But before that, write this as 2 square to the power of x. Just interchange the powers. Okay. And d dx to the power of x, you know d dx of a to the power of x is a to the power of x log 2. So that is what our answer should be. So 1 by 1 plus 4 to the power of x. And in the numerator, you will have 2 to the power of x log 2. Okay, so that is what. Moving on to the next one. number 11, cot inverse 1 plus x square minus x. Root 1 plus x square minus x. See, again, you have under the radical, you have 1 plus x square. And you know, sec square is equal to 1 plus tan square. And you know, cosec square is equal to 1 plus cot square. So you can either substitute x is equal to tan theta, or even x is equal to cot theta will work, because 1 plus cot square is cosec square. And that's why. And we know 1 plus tan square is sec square. That is why you put here 1 plus tan square is 1 plus, we put x is equal to tan theta. Okay, so therefore, y will become cot inverse root 1 plus tan square theta minus tan theta, which is equal to cot inverse sec theta minus tan theta. Now we change everything in terms of sine and cos. Cot inverse 1 minus sine theta by cos theta. Okay, so this will become, now 1 minus sine theta can be 1 minus sine theta can be written as cos square theta by 2 plus sine square theta by 2 minus 2 sine theta by 2 cos theta by 2. And here in the denominator, I can write this as cos square theta by 2. Cos 2 theta, you know, is cos square theta minus sine square theta. So you'll use this. Okay, so that now we get cot inverse. In the numerator, we are getting cos theta by 2 minus sine theta by 2 whole square. And in the denominator, you get cos theta by 2. You break up this up as a plus b into a minus b. Okay, so now which one will cancel? Here one power will go from the numerator and this will cancel here. So what are you left with? You're only left with cos theta by 2 minus sine theta by 2 divided by cos theta by 2 plus sine theta by 2. So what you do here is, again, you divide the numerator and denominator by cos theta by 2. If you divide the numerator and denominator by cos theta by 2, you're going to get 1 minus tan theta by 2 divided by 1 plus tan theta by 2. Right? So now same technique. Put 1 is equal to tan pi by 4 minus tan theta by 2 divided by 1 plus tan pi by 4 into tan theta by 2. So that means this is cot inverse of tan pi by 4 minus theta by 2. But we are getting cot inverse of tan. So what you do is you change tan to a cot by pi by 2 minus pi by 4 minus theta by 2. Okay, so now this is okay. So now this will become simply pi by 2 minus pi by 4 minus theta by 2. Get pi by 2 minus pi by 4 plus theta by 2, which is pi by 4 plus theta by 2. Put the value of theta. We had put what? We had put x is equal to tan theta. That means theta must be equal to tan inverse x. So pi by 4 plus half tan inverse x. That's your value of y. So now if you differentiate, dy dx is equal to d dx pi by 4 is 0 plus half d dx 1 plus x, tan inverse x, which is 1 by 1 plus x. That's it. Okay. That y is equal to sine square cot inverse root 1 minus x minus 1 plus the question. Yes, it's the question. Okay. Now, what should I substitute here? This looks like 1 minus cos 2 theta by 1 plus cos 2 theta, isn't it? Which you know is equal to tan square theta. So let's put x is equal to cos 2 theta. That means theta will be half cos inverse x. Therefore, y will become sine square cot inverse root 1 minus cos 2 theta by 1 plus cos 2 theta. Okay, which is equal to sine square cot inverse 1 minus cos 2 theta by 1 plus cos 2 is tan square theta, and you have a radical, so this will become simply tan theta. Now you have cot inverse of a tan, so you better change tan to a cot. So sine square cot pi by 2 minus theta, which is sine square, simply it becomes pi by 2 minus theta. And we know sine square pi by 2 minus theta is simply cos theta, right? Sorry, cos square theta, right? But what is theta here? Theta here is half cos inverse x, right? Now see, if I put x is equal to, if I put theta is equal to half cos inverse x, what are we going to get? If I put this half cos inverse x, and then what you can do is you can differentiate by your chain rules, okay, after putting. But better is that you can express here everything in terms of x. How? See, cos square theta I have, and I have x is equal to cos 2 theta, right? What I do here is I write, because if I want to express cos square theta in terms of cos 2 theta, I know that 2 cos square theta must be equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta. That is why I write cos square theta as half of 2 cos square theta. And then 2 cos square theta I can write as 1 plus cos 2 theta. And you know, this cos 2 theta is x. So this is simply equal to 1 plus x. Now we can differentiate. Which is equal to half. That's it. Okay, that takes care of your differentiation by trigonometric substitution. The next part mainly deals with your chain rules. Okay, the tougher problems on chain rules. Okay, and just a small concept of interchange of dependent and interdependent variable. Interchange of dependent and independent variable. What do you mean by interchange of these two variables? See that when I have a function y is equal to fx, x here is called the independent variable. In fact, in class 9 also I had explained this to you, right? Y is called the dependent variable. Y is called x independent because whatever value of x you take, the value of y will depend on x, right? If you take x is equal to 1, depending on x is equal to 1, you will get the value of y. Okay, that is why you will take x is equal to minus half. So depending on the value of x, you will get a corresponding value of y. So that is why this is called the independent. This is called the dependent variable. Okay. So if I want to, in fact, if I have y is equal to fx, then I can also make x as the dependent variable by writing x is equal to say gy, right? Example here is, let's say if I take a function y is equal to say x plus 1. See that here x is a independent variable, right? If I want to write this in terms of, if I want to make x as the dependent variable, I can write this as x is equal to y minus 1, right? So y now becomes my independent variable. Okay, so this is called interchange of dependent and independent variable. But in case of differentiation, how do you interchange dependent and independent variable? So remember this result that dy dx is simply the reciprocal of dx dy. Now in dy dx, what happens? Y is the dependent variable, x is the independent variable, right? And x is the independent variable, right? But here we are making what? We are making x as the dependent variable and y as the independent variable. Clear with this? So please remember dy dx is nothing but the reciprocal of 1 by dx dy. Okay. Next is a small concept of how to differentiate uh, an absolute function, a mod function, modulus function. Suppose I have y is equal to mod x. Now remember, this mod x is the same as positive square root of x square. Whether I take say y is equal to mod x, or whether I take say y is equal to positive square root of x square, it is the same. You can check. Let us say take the example of mod of say minus 2. You know mod of minus 2 is 2. Now let's see square root of minus 2 square. Square root of minus 2 square is simply minus 2. Sorry, square root of 4, which is square root, which is 2. So if you see this mod of minus 2 or minus 2 square that I take, we are getting the same answer 2. So therefore, these two must be equal. Okay, so whether I take say mod of y is equal to mod x or y is equal to mod of y is equal to square root of x square, it is the same thing. So therefore, dy dx will be equal to ddx of mod x, which is the same as ddx of square root x square. Now, how do you differentiate x square, square root x square? First, you differentiate the radical to get 1 by 2 root x square. And then you get inside the radical to differentiate, right? What you get here is ddx x square is 2x. So you get 2x by 2 root x square. So this 2 and this 2 cancels. So simply get x by, now what is square root of x square? Square root of x square is mod x. That's it. So when you have y is equal to mod x, this is how you differentiate. Let us take an example, very simple one. Let y is equal to say mod sine 2x. How will you differentiate this? Dy dx is equal to, see, we know ddx of mod x is x by mod x. So we write x by mod x. We have differentiated the mod. Now we get inside the mod into ddx sine 2x. So this becomes sine 2x by mod sine 2x into its ddx sine 2x is cos 2x. And then you get inside the sine. Inside sine you have 2x. So that's it. So you get 2 sine 2x cos 2x by mod sine 2x. which is sine 4x divided by mod sine 2x. And that's it. Okay, this is how you differentiate. We proceed to the next part here. The question is, the first set of questions, differentiate number 1, root x into x cube plus 2 whole to the power of half. And the second one is root x plus 1, sorry, x square plus 1 minus x by root x square plus 1 plus x. Okay, these two questions and some more. Okay, some more will come to them after this, but let us finish these two first. So question here is, first one, differentiate this. Let y is equal to square root x cube plus 2 whole to the power of half. See, you can differentiate this by u into v rule. Just take this as u, take this as v, and you differentiate this by u into v rule. Okay, but later on when I'll be doing logarithmic differentiation, how to differentiate with the help of logs, this will become a very easy. Okay, it is very easy to differentiate this with the help of log, but by using u into v rule, this is going to be a little tough. Okay, so we'll do this by u into v rule first, because I haven't discussed logarithmic differentiation till now. ddx of root x into, now this x cube plus half is there. Okay, so what you do here is x cube plus half can also be written as root over of x cube plus 2. Okay, now what you do is better we write it here only, root x into, this is root x cube plus 2. Okay, which is root over of x into x cube plus 2, which is simply root over of x to the power of 4 plus 2x. Okay, so now we don't even need to use u into v rule here, if you see, because everything I've put under radicals. Okay, so I don't need to use u into v rule. So I'll simply differentiate root over of x to the power of 4 plus 2x. First differentiate the radical. Get 1 by 2 root x to the power of 4 plus 2x into ddx of x to the power of 4 plus 2x. Okay, so this is 1 by 2 root. This is x to the power of 4 plus 2x is here. See, root over of x to the power of 4 plus 2x, which is equal to this. You can write this, root x cube plus 2 whole to the power of half. And ddx x to the power of 4 is simply 4x cube plus 2. Now you can take 2 common from the numerator. So 2 and 2, they cancel each other here. And so therefore, what are you left with? You're simply left with 2x cube plus 1 by this. You can write this in a better way. 2x cube plus 1 divided by y, because this entire thing here is y. Okay, that's it. Second one. The second question here is root over of x square minus x by x square plus x. You rationalize the denominator of this. Okay, and then work. You say let y is equal to root over of x square plus 1 minus x divided by root over of x square plus 1 plus x. Okay, you rationalize the denominator and then work, it will be easier. So what you do here is, uh, start here only, root over of, you multiply the numerator and denominator by root over of x square plus 1 minus x. We get root over of x square plus 1 minus x whole square. And the denominator you get root x square plus 1 plus x into root x square plus 1 minus x. Okay. So now here in the numerator, you keep this as it is. We'll see whether we can work with this. You can expand also, no problem. But let's see if I can work with this while differentiating. So here you have root over x square plus 1 whole square minus x square. So this is root over of x square plus 1 minus x whole square divided by, here you have x square plus 1 minus x square. So these two cancel off. So what do you get? You simply get root over of x square plus 1 minus x whole square. Okay. You can differentiate this as it is, no problem. Even if you don't expand, you still can differentiate. How do you differentiate? Therefore, dy dx is equal to ddx of square root x square plus 1 minus x square. First, you differentiate the power to get twice root 1 plus x square minus x to the power of 2 minus 1, obviously, into the ddx of root x square plus 1 minus x twice root 1 plus x square minus x into ddx of root x square plus 1. How will you differentiate this? First, I will differentiate the radical to get 1 by 2 root x square plus 1 minus, and ddx of x is 1. That's it. So what do I get here? Twice square root 1 plus x square minus x, and here if I take the LCM, I get this is I think this is okay. This is 1. So I get 1 minus 2 root x square plus 1 divided by 2 root x square plus 1. That's it. So this 2 and this 2 is going to cancel. So I'll simply get root x 1 plus x square minus x into 1 minus 2 root x square plus 1 whole divided by root x square plus 1. That's it. That should be your answer. Okay. So I think one more sum, and then after that we'll break for 15 minutes, and then we can start once again. Question is, if y is equal to root 1 minus x by 1 plus x, prove that one minus x square dy dx is equal to 1 minus x square dy dx plus y. Okay. Plus y is equal to 0. Okay, so we start with y. See that if I differentiate this directly, it's going to be a little tedious, right? But you can do it, no problem. If you're confident with differentiation, you can do it, but the chances of errors will become very high. So what you do is, because you see a 1 minus x square here, you try to bring a 1 minus x square here inside the radical. How do you do it? You multiply the numerator and denominator by 1 minus x. right? So now you'll get root 1 minus x whole square by 1 minus x square. So what are you getting here? 1 minus x by root 1 minus x square, right? This is what you are getting. Okay. Now we can differentiate this by uh, u by v rule. Okay. Therefore, dy dx is equal to v 1 minus x square. ddx of 1 minus x is minus 1 minus 1 minus x, and ddx root 1 minus x square is 1 by 2 root minus x square into ddx 1 minus x square is minus 2x whole divided by square root of 1 minus x square. Okay, so that will come to be minus root 1 minus x square, and here what will happen? Here we are going to get this minus, and this minus sign will combine to give you a plus sign, and you're going to get x into 1 minus x, and here you have a square, don't forget, add by v square. So x into 1 minus x divided by this 2, and this 2 will cancel, right? You simply get 1 root 1 minus x square whole divided by 1 minus x square. So now if you take the LCM in the numerator, what are you going to get? You're going to get 1 minus x square minus, sorry, this is plus x minus x square. Okay, divided by root 1 minus x square whole divided by 1 minus x square. So here now you're going to get minus 1 plus x square plus x minus x square divided by 1 minus x square root 1 minus x square. So now here see in numerator x square will cancel. So you simply get 1 minus x by 1 minus x square root 1 minus x square, right? Now you can cancel 1 minus x also if you break that denominator as 1 plus x into 1 minus x. But we shall keep it for the time being because we have to prove 1 minus x square dy dx, right? So we start from the left hand side. See, left hand side you have 1 minus x square dy dx. So we start from the left hand side. Left LHS is equal to 1 minus x square dy dx plus y. So what is dy dx we have found out? Dy dx we have found this out to be 1 minus x by 1 minus x square root 1 minus x square, right? Put the value of dy dx and also put the value of y. What is the value of y here? Value of y here is root 1 minus x by 1 plus x. So put the value root 1 minus x by 1 plus x. So now this will become, now see here 1 minus x or 1 minus x will cancel. So 1 minus x, and here root 1 minus x square you can write as root over 1 plus x into 1 minus x plus root um, 1 minus, there's a negative sign somewhere which I'm missing. Yes, here there is a negative sign. There should, because I see I'm getting here minus 1 plus x, right? So here, if I take the negative sign out, then I'm going to get 1 minus x. Now this is okay. So minus 1 minus x. So this is, you put, once you put the value of dy dx, you've got to put it with the negative sign, right? You put it with the negative sign here. So now this also becomes negative. So 1 minus x by 1 plus x. Now this is minus 1 minus x divided by root 1 plus x into root 1 minus x plus root 1 minus x by 1 plus x. Now 1 minus x can be written as root 1 minus x into root 1 minus x divided by root 1 plus x root 1 minus x plus square root 1 minus x by 1 plus x. So what happens? These two cancels here. So you get, if you extend the radical to both with a minus sign here, plus root 1 minus x by 1 plus x. And this must be equal to, both of them cancel out, get 0, which is equal to your RHS. Okay, that's it.